courtesy of Luca Dokkan, we have some very interesting Saiyan Day celebration information here. And I think it's very, important to, I wouldn't say extremely important to look at, but it's interesting because we always ask these questions, like what character makes the most money here, what character is more lucrative there, and it just shows a lot. Like, this is the Saiyan Day celebration banner this year, and it seems like it made 4.57. I'm not going to assume what this current, again, this kanji or this text here looks Chinese to me, while this up here looks Japanese. So I don't know exactly what the currency is, but for the sake of the video, let's just call it million. Let's just say let's just not say anything. It's just 4.57, whatever, right? G's, I guess we can call it. It doesn't really matter because it's all relative at the end of the day. So 4.57 is what the Vegeta banner made. Now, if we compare that to Luca compared it to LR Super Buu, which made 4.31, which is it's actually insane. It's insane to think that Vegeta barely outsold Super Buu. It's interesting because Super Buu, as a character, came after AGL Kale. So I would assume if Super Buu came at a time, let's say this character released after a massive celebration, because let's be real, right? Vegeta released after the anniversary, so which that's a great point to make when we look at the other stuff too. But all these other same day characters did as well, so we'll get into that. But being that Buu dropped after a character that I'm gonna say not everyone summoned for or didn't really care about, the numbers are a little bit inflated, I would say, for Buu, but still, it's an interesting look. But what I really care for is comparing 4.57 to all the other Saiyan Day banners. And God Goku, let's just target God Goku first. God Goku made 12.83. I'm not gonna say exactly 3 times that, but it's almost 3 times that. And this came after anniversary as well. So like, these numbers definitely show a clear divide of interest within these characters beyond how good the characters are, because Vegeta is better now than what God Goku was when God Goku released. That's the argument I would make. And even if you disagree, it doesn't make up for God Goku making 3 times as much. And then if you want to argue, okay, well, guess what? The 9th anniversary was more hype. Yeah, but that's not a fair comparison to make, only because we know that information now. We did not know that, right, when the 8th anniversary was here. A lot of players save for the 8th anniversary no matter what drops for the 8th anniversary. You want to know why? Because in their mind, that is the most hype, and those are the best characters in the game at that point, right? So if you think that 9th anniversary was like, you're comparing 9th to 8th, and these numbers here are not made based off comparisons, right? If we knew Vegeta was dropping after and God Goku was dropping after, these numbers would be different. But these numbers, what they resemble is how hyped these characters were at the time that they dropped, and not knowing what would be coming later, right? So the comparison we're making in our mind just doesn't matter, because these numbers don't reflect that. These numbers reflect, okay, how interested was I in this character post anniversary? And 8th anniversary, let's not act like that celebration was not hype at all. It definitely was, especially with the advent of the new standby skill mechanic, and just how strong GT Super Saiyan 4 and base Goku were, and just how beautiful the animation, everything was great, right? So that's an interesting thing to look at. And then we have 2022 Vegeta banner, and the number shoots down to 5.58. So can I call that a Vegeta pattern here? I don't know. I mean, we have 4.57 to 5.58. So Majin Vegeta's banner sold just a little bit more than this Vegeta's banner. And honestly, this was that one Saiyan Day that I wasn't genuinely super hyped for. So seeing the numbers doesn't really surprise me too much, but it's interesting because it's another Vegeta character that didn't sell, as well as comparing it to, of course, Goku, right? And then we have 2021, and 2021 was the year of Int Broly. So Int Broly released and sold 6.8 Gs. And that's, again, very interesting. Now we're talking about half of what God Goku did. So the question is, all of this, like, what does all of this information mean, right? Again, Vegeta, in terms of just selling, Vegeta obviously did very well. Goku just did that much better, right? And then Majin Vegeta did well. And then, I mean, I don't know what the company themselves considered good, right? And then we had 6.8 for Broly. And then the year before that, we had Bardock that sold 9.8. I wonder what all the factors were, because remember, the 2020 was the 5th year anniversary, the hypest thing at the time, and still, I think we'd all agree that 5th anniversary was just like the peak of Dokkan's hype, and yet this guy sold more than twice as much as what this Vegeta did. And this guy was not great on release. I think we all know that, right? This guy was genuinely not great on release. Remembering this guy dropping and him having that wicked bloodline I want to say restrictment. That doesn't sound right. The restriction. Yeah, what am I talking about? The restriction that AGO Bardock had with wicked bloodline. Like, this guy was good, but he wasn't like, oh my god. Like, if we're comparing that to Vegeta dropping today, Vegeta was just way better of a character when he dropped today than what Bardock was when he dropped in 2020. So this selling 9.8, irregardless of how quote unquote bad Bardock was compared to Vegeta, as well as how hype 5th anniversary was, it just shows that this number, I don't want to call it a fluke, but it's just, you know, it shows a lot. And before anyone says, Mr. Baby, but you said we can't compare anniversaries, so why are you comparing these characters? Again, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying Vegeta is better than Bardock, period, right? What I'm saying is Vegeta releasing in 2024 was way better than what Bardock was when he dropped in 2020. So I'm not comparing the characters themselves. What I'm saying is, relative to when they released, right? So separating them, Vegeta was just better, right? And that, I think we can just, you know, if you don't agree, then maybe you weren't around for AGO Bardock, I don't know. So that's just interesting to show. But then we have this piece of information as well. So 2018, 2019, and 2017. So if I remember correctly, if I go to, let me pull up, let's do, will it give me the date for these characters? Yeah, it will. Okay. So let's go to Physical Vegeta. Physical Vegeta, this guy here. So this was the 2019 Saiyan Day character. And this character sold, what was it? 10.3. So the highest grossing Vegeta for Saiyan Day. By far. I wonder what the difference is. And you know, these difference in numbers, because I would argue that this Vegeta, well, was he more hype? The one factor I do know about this Vegeta when he released is that just before he released, so in 2018, the worldwide celebration that had the transforming AGL Goku and transforming Tech Frieza as like the dual Dokkan Fest, those characters were really hype, being able to transform every single turn. And I remember saying, and remember a lot of the community saying, damn, dude, I really want a Vegeta like that. I really want a Vegeta who transforms through all of his forms. So I wonder how much of that played a factor into the 10.13 here. But it's still, you know, very, very interesting to see, of course. But yeah, this Physical Vegeta did do 10.13, which still has not trumped the 12.83. So the argument that the game is dying now and blah blah blah, which of course the game is not anywhere. The game is not anywhere near dying, dude. I think it also could come to how much smarter the player base is getting. when it comes to knowing what to summon for and when to save. I think that does play a factor as well. Like, I have summoned a lot less for Saiyan Day banners because anniversary, right? And I know a lot of players are doing the same. So I wonder overall how much that also reflects. Again, there's just a bunch of different factors here, but it's just interesting to see these numbers. 2018, I believe it was the year of just the god. Let's do UI Goku. And not Your Awakening, but this guy. He released in December of 2017. Why do I always feel like this guy was the Saiyan Day character? May 15th, 2018. So he released after. I always get the feeling that this guy was the Saiyan Day character. And I don't know why I result to that every single time. But regardless, it's like seeing these numbers. What does that mean for Vegeta? Like, is Vegeta just not a hype character to release? Is that why they don't show a lot of love to? Because, dude, this is not just a Vegeta. This is the best shooter in the game, TUR in the game. Like, you know, Vegeta release. And people know what these characters do and what the animations look like before the banners actually drop. So if you had to say what contributed to this, what would you say contributed to Vegeta only selling 4.57? I mean, based off these numbers, and I guess we would have to look at other Vegeta releases and Goku releases, but it's clear that Goku is just, you know, like, again, we and this isn't a surprise. I'm not saying it's like a surprise, whatever, but Goku obviously is far and away just the best-selling Saiyan. I would really argue that. Well, would I say Z Broly's? Okay, so if I had to rank them, despite these numbers, if I had to rank these Saiyans in terms of how popular they are, I would say Goku and Vegeta are just 1 and 2. I don't think these numbers show the entire story. Again, I wonder what the things were, but no one can really convince me that Vegeta is just a hype character for Dokkan. I don't know how well, or I don't know how much people actually care about Vegeta and Dokkan compared to these other, character releases, right? So it's interesting to be honest. I'm just curious, dude. Who was that? Who was that 2018 Saiyan Day character? Could it have been Namek Goku? Oh wow, that's great. Let me just do Super Saiyan Goku. Could it have been Namek Goku? Because now I'm curious, dude. Who the heck sold 40 G's, bro? That's a lot of G's, man. Who sold that? It wasn't anyone from here. Okay, am I tripping? Where's Namek Goku at? It's not this guy. I must actually be blind. Am I slow, or am I? You know what? Let me do. I have to be slow, right? Hold on. What? Let's do STR, Super Saiyan Goku. Someone in the comments is yelling at me right now for not clicking on this guy. It's not this guy, right? Yeah, it's literally not him. Dude, what the heck? Hold on. Planet Namek Saga. Dude, where? It's here. He is. Jeez. Oh yeah, okay. But when did he release for JP? Was he wasn't a JP October release, was he? Okay, see now I gotta do a little bit more investigation for this. Let's do Pure Saiyans. And let's just pull up the category. I just want to see who that character was that released during that time. Goku. Okay, so it was May of 2019. Who released for Saiyan Day? You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I mean, I could just cut this and stuff, but I'm actually very, very curious. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go to all JP campaigns. We're gonna go. Oh, I shouldn't have done that actually. Let's do. Could I do timeline of events? Timeline of events. Or is it timeline of events? Actually, let me see. Is it timeline of events? I think it is timeline of events. JP Dokkan. So if you do that or look through this, it'll show you, you know, when everything was, blah blah blah. So let's do 4th anniversary, and let's do April of, wait, was it 2019 or 2018? It was 2018. Okay, so if this is not gonna lag on me, 3rd year, March of 2018. Who was it that released? Wait, what? 18th of March. So his awakening came. Did I just skip that the entire time? Oh, am I dumb? Okay, so okay, so it was in UI Goku. So my initial thing was correct. Someone in the comments probably yelling at me, but yo, this makes sense, right? That's why like 40 G's is crazy, and that's just how hyped this guy was. So I get it, right? It makes sense. And then 2017, I'm not even gonna pretend to remember. I don't know how much I played, because I remember I didn't play the game much back in the day when STR Namek Goku released. So this definitely is a gap of information in my mind. Let's go to 2017 and let's just see what that character looked like. 1st of March. No way it was this Goku. What? Does it even count? Does that even count as Saiyan Day? I don't even know if that counts as Saiyan Day, so I don't really know what this means. I don't really know what number this is referring to, because this isn't Saiyan Day. I don't know if that really counts, but if it is Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I guess that's interesting. I don't know. But that would explain why I have no idea who the heck this is. And I had an idea who 2018 was, so I guess that's what counts. Anyways, let me know what you think about this. I think it's very interesting, and if we ever, you know, ask the question, why don't they release Vegeta characters, then this shows a lot. Because even if we just came off of the anniversary, dude, if they release, let's say they released a UI Goku and you know, Beast duo character for Saiyan Day, which again, it's never gonna happen, but as just an example, if they released that, the number, I'm telling you right now, would not even be close to this. There's no way. So there is a reason, there is a correlation between Vegeta and just lower sales, especially recently, right, with Majin Vegeta, and I wonder what that means. And if we don't get any Vegeta love for the rest of the year, then can we really say we don't know why? I'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.